Hello and welcome to this Moodle video looking at marking a Moodle assignment. There are two particular ways I'm going to demonstrate today on how you can do that. One is what you'd call an online mode where you have to mark within Moodle while having an internet connection, and the other is being able to download the submissions, which I demonstrated on how to do that in another video, and then marking them and getting them back into Moodle, which again would require an internet connection, but the marking bit using Word does not. So I've gone into my unit, into my submission area, and I can see all the people that have submitted for grading. If I click on the big green pencil, it takes me into the individual submission status for that particular student. It tells me when they did it, when it was modified, and I'm able to download the individual .doc of that particular submission. I'm able to read it. I'm able to then comment on it and make comments using track changes and all the normal review process within Word. I'm able to give it a grade out of 100 and leave feedback comments, which I can in this instance leave with particular style or at least sort of formatting if I need to. Below this there is the feedback files, and I'm able to upload any extra documents that I've maybe written about, maybe a front cover sheet that I want for the student to see, but I'll demonstrate that in a moment using the other method. So save it once we're done and click continue, and the grades will be saved and held for the student. So you can see there in the grade column it's 45 out of 100. At the moment the feedback files and the final grade are blank as it hasn't been sent to the grade book. Now in another video I have shown you how to download all the submissions. So what I'm going to do is mark another script using the review process to add comments and track changes. And I could do this offline. Once I've downloaded the papers, I'd be able to do this maybe in transit while on the train to work, or if you're going to a conference, and able to bulk mark these papers without the need for an internet connection. So go through the papers, making any particular changes and amendments that you'd normally do, and save that when you're done. Now you must keep the title of the document, as you see there, the participant 1942. It's a very long, unwieldy title, but make sure it's saved exactly the same way. I'd then move on to the next script and start marking as I did before by making the reviewed changes. Again, when you save this, you'll need to make sure that that title is saved exactly as it is. And I'm just doing the exact overwrite save using the little sort of disk icon at the top. Now, this is the marking grade sheet that I'm also able to download and is demonstrated in another video. And what I can do is go through this paper and mark on here the different scores that I'm given in the grade column. Now you'll notice I've given a grade of 152, which is out of the sort of maximum grading criteria. What I've done that for is to show you what Moodle will do to process that, and how you then have to sort of maybe pick it up and correct it afterwards. Now obviously I've just cheated with the feedback comments to demonstrate where they'll appear, and hopefully you're not going to mark using that particular format of marking. So again, I need to make sure that it's called exactly the same as it was before for Moodle to sort of re-upload it. So I need to replace it with the full title, making sure it remains a .csv file and doesn't become a Microsoft Excel file. So back to the submissions, and what I'm going to do this time is I've marked the papers, but I might want to add another paper. So what I'm going to do is copy this title. And I think it was off screen that it said I chose to rename it. I'm going to copy the title that I'm renaming. I'm going to create a brand new Microsoft Word document, paste in the title, and it would normally say you can't have two. So what I've done is added a sort of an underscore general comments. So what I've done is created a blank document that has near enough the same title except for the end, and within this I'm then able to make any extra notes that I want that I may not want to do on the original essay. Again, it could be that rather than creating a brand new one from scratch, what you do is you rename maybe the front sheet document to be this, and then you're able to fill that in as you need to. What I could also do is maybe do audio feedback. So I'm using something called Audacity, which is a free piece of software, and my voice is being recorded, and I'm getting all the WAV files of me annotating and talking over the script that I'm marking for that student. I'm going to choose to go File, And I could save the project, but I'm going to choose just to export the MP3 version of this. So I choose Save as Type MP3, and then I navigate to where I've saved all the other sort of annotated scripts and other bits, which will be different on your computer than I am doing on mine. I'm going to sort of paste in the file name for that student, which would have been the same as the document. Choose OK, and here we have a problem with Audacity. It's looking for a particular file. I'm now going to take you through each step of getting that particular file so that it will work. I click Download, and it'll load up an internet window. Go to the external page that is listed here. Now the big download now that you can see on screen is actually an advert. If you see that, that's not what you want. You want the lame version. In my case it was 3.99, however it may have been updated since then. And I'm choosing to download the zip version of that. And you'll see at the bottom left it's now downloading the document. Once it's downloaded, I'm going to right click and extract the files like I did when I did downloading all the papers. There's a new folder, and I've now got a location for that file that Audacity wanted me to use. So browse, I find the folder that it downloaded it to. Now it was a double folder, which is why it could not locate it. So if I do that again, I'll browse, and then when I see where the actual file is, then it will allow me to export that as an MP3. And there you see the participant 192408 MP3 that I'd done. I'm going to cut and paste that into the folder with all my other marked submissions. Now in Moodle, what I'm going to have to do is upload all of those documents again. So again, within the folder, I'm going to select them all, right click, and choose Send To, and then Compressed Zipped Folder, which again you can't see on screen, so I'll move that across. Compressed zipped folder. Now this zip can be called anything you like. The name does not matter here, so I'm just going to call this marked work. Now within Moodle, in the grading action, I'm going to do Upload Grading Worksheet. I can load up the folder again that I was just been using, and the grading worksheet was that .csv file. Once it's done that, I'm going to choose Upload Grading Worksheet. I've also chosen to allow it to update the records. Now you may remember that there was one I did that had a score of like 154. You'll notice that it hasn't done anything with it. Now I've only uploaded 6, so you can easily see that. However, if you're uploading say 60 scripts, you might miss them. So what you need to do is just to check is if you select grade, anything that hasn't got a grade in the column you'll see. So there's the no submissions, they won't have a grade, but the one that was submitted for grading that I know I have marked, I can't see a score for it. So what I need to do is click that green pencil again, give it the score, save the changes, and now it's all been marked and up to date. I don't need to go through the full CSV upload file process again and re-entering the right score. I can do that directly within Moodle, so that everything that needed to be marked has now been marked. Now I need to upload the feedback files, and to do that I'm going to go to grading action again, upload multiple feedbacks from a zip, open up my folder, and the marked work zip I had, drag and drop that in, choose to import the feedback files. You'll obviously have a lot more than I have because I only did a few for the demonstration purposes. I'll confirm that and wait for Moodle to run through the process. click continue, it's telling me how much has been changed, and then you can see that the feedback files are in the correct column, and you can see there's the one with the general comments, the MP3 file I did, as well as the annotated papers where I just tracked, changed, or maybe added notes. The feedback comments column, you can see where it says great piece of work. If you remember, that was in the comma separated value grading worksheet file where I did it very, very quickly. But that's, you can see there, that's where the comments all get uploaded. But there is no formatting if I do it that way. Thank you very much for watching this particular Moodle video.